Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special unboxing, something that came in through the Apex pass around. I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's something I've really been wanting to check out. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Today I'm opening up with my Hogue Knives Collector's Edition, the Misto. This is in CPM MagnaCut with titanium textured scales. Pretty sweet little knife, I have to say. All right, I think I got that open there. Let's see what we got here. All right, little packaging there. All right, so this comes in a container here. Let's see what we got. All right, we have, ooh, a Caladan. All right, so this is supposed to be the version 2. Let's see what it says. The Caladan V2, all right. S90V blade steel titanium. All right, very cool. Now, I sort of had a chance to check one out before. Didn't really quite ever drop the video on there. It was something that came in that wasn't quite working like I wanted it to. But this one is kind of cool. All right, so it's a little off to the right. See if it's loose. No. All right, S90V. Looks like this might be DLC. Is that DLC? Does it say if it's DLC? Satin finish DLC? Yeah, it is DLC because you can see the texture through there. DLC doesn't cover that. It shows all that stuff there. Pretty sharp. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, so frame lock. Let's look at that. We've got a good 40% lockup. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Titanium frag scales. Now, this is so much better. Oh, yeah. So I had a chance to check out the Wrath or Wraith, I think it was. And it was made by Tuya Knives as well. So Tuya Knives is the one who makes this. I know that for a fact because they made the last one. And they made this one. And it says, yeah, right there, Tuya Knives. So, the frag pattern was really rough. It was just like, I just didn't like it. This one here, nice clips, got some little bend to it. Let's see how this closes. Ooh, wow, okay. So deep pocket carry, about so deep. You know, some people really like that. I would prefer a little deeper. It has a lanyard sort of loop thing here, but it's not prioritized. But this is nice. This is not going to rip up your pants. Everything's nicely rounded and chamfered, even up here where it's a little edgy. Nicely rounded here, and that to me is important. Nice big knife. Let's see. Flips pretty well. Drops. Oh yeah. So let's see where the detent is. Oh, you clear it right there. So once you drop there, you're clear. So nice. Okay, nice cutaway, even access to the frame lock, which is nice. A little chamfering there with some texture. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's not too sharp up here. It's a little sharp here, but you know, that's all right. You know, if I had this, I would probably file that down a little bit or wear down, but it's not kind of in the way. If the loop was right over that, it might be a little, you know, pocket shredder, but it's not. Now this is supposed to be a captive pivot and T8s there. Looks like T6s everywhere else. T8s, are those T6s? I thought it was supposed to be all T8s, but it looks like it's T6s. So here's the T6. Let's take a look. Yeah, T6. So T6 pocket screws. All right. I always like to see T8s if you can get it. I mean, if it's just not feasible cost-wise, they charge an arm and a leg, I get it. But, you know, just make sure you have a good quality tool for that because you don't want to strip those. It's really important. All right, so the action's really nice. I like that. The grip, I have large to medium large hands, so I've got plenty of room, a little extra room, so extra large, double extra large hands should fit this. It is pretty, it's softened around the corners, right? But it's still pretty sharp. It's pretty sharp. It's not a rounded, contoured shape. It looks like it has a little bit of contour to it, but not much. It is not anything near to what you would get like with this one. This one is definitely rounded and chamfered, a little more comfortable in the hand, right? So this one is definitely not that. But it is very cool. Yeah, this is, I believe this is Jim Skeleton, one of his designs. Really nice. I love the DLC though, by the way. That's really cool. Beautiful, nice swedge on top. Flat grind, pretty much up to here, not a full flat. Comes pretty thin to the edge. It feels pretty sharp. Yeah, that's kind of cool. That DLC is really kind of neat. Okay, S90 blade steel, titanium scales. Let's see if there's any weight relief. Yeah, a little bit of weight relief on the right. The left one, yeah, a little bit of weight relief down there as well. Pretty thin clip. It almost looks like it's bowing up just a little bit, but it does have a little flexibility, which is nice. All right, I like the plain pivot there with the small logo here and small logo there. Pretty small skeleton blade works, which is the SB4. That's really cool. All right, so the action for the drop is beautiful. DLC really doesn't hurt that at all, let's say that. Now this is a flipper only, no multiple deployments, which, you know, for me it's a bummer. I like to have multiple deployments, but that's not what this knife's about. You know, it's that curve. It's a very rounded sort of shape, meant for really big hands, because I know Jim has really huge hands, and a lot of people who like this knife, really big hands. Now, for someone like me with smaller hands, may not be as comfortable. I find the corners just a little bit not to my personal liking. They're not terrible. They're not. But it is, you know, I like it a little softer. You know, maybe it's because I got soft hands, right? You know, I don't have rough hands, but it's not bad. It fits really well in the hand. This is nice and rounded. This, even for a little tip there, is nice and rounded on top. It's not super pokey. It does poke a little bit on the edge. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, it would, after a while, probably cause a little blister. This does dig in right here, so that clip being as low as it is does dig in here. I could feel that. So after a while, that would give a hot spot right there. And I can, squeezing on it actually makes my hand itch a little bit. So anyways, because it does stick up, you can see that. You see that? Kind of sticks up a little bit, and that does dig in. It's not terrible, not terrible. It is right-hand tip-up only, not reversible. I do like the titanium. This is, I wish Tuya would do all their frag patterns like that. This is a much, much nicer frag pattern. I really do dig that. But if I was ever going to do a Skeleton Blade Works knife, it would have to be probably a carbon fiber or something, but simple. I'm not into that weird craziness. I like the DLC. I think that's cool. It does flip really well. Does drop really well. The action's beautiful, simply beautiful. And you know, you wouldn't know, but here's the center of the pivot, and it's over here. You wouldn't think that you could get such good action, but I think with the very high detent right there, I think it gives it just enough leverage to break that detent, have a nice strong deployment, nice strong actuation. That's really cool. And I do appreciate the roundedness back here, especially when it's digging into my hand, because when it's sharp, I've had that with some other knives, like Giant Mouse tends to have these lanyard loops that stick out and really dig into my hand. Don't care for that. And it's kind of sharp. If they just rounded it, it would be so much nicer. I mean, I know it's a pet peeve, and it's probably an artistic design, a design style of theirs, and they love it. It's the kind of reason why I don't really own any Giant Mouse, because of that. It's not a design I necessarily care for. Now, okay, now it's pretty centered here. Before it was a little off to the right. Let's check that again. No. Any pivot lash? Nope. Let's listen to that detent. Nice clicky. All right, let's do it again. One more time. Here we go. Nice clicky. All right, any detent? No detent lash. That's nice. That's really nice. All right. Pretty robust blade. Comes with a nice thick tip. Great for poking, you know, into dog food, cat food, mulch, fertilizer, cases of water, all sorts of stuff. So that's going to work really nicely. I think that's really cool. Very, very cool. All right. I like that. I like that a lot. I really like the cutaway here. That is really, really nice. If you're going to do this, this means my hand's not going to be tired. And it drops right there. I can catch it. I can do this one-handed and then just let it drop. That to me it's a really nice touch. If I was going to have any critiques, there are four things I would probably consider on this knife. Four things, okay? One, this little sharp edge right here, I would soften that out. If you could just soften that a little bit, because that will dig in and shred some pants after a while. Maybe consider T8s for the body screws. I mean, I get it for the clip, but maybe T8s. Maybe bring that a little bit higher. Why not let that sit on that pivot right there? Why not go just a little bit higher? That just seems kind of a... You have an extra hole there, and if you did a hole here and a hole there, you could have, you know, maybe cut out a screw. You could have two screws there, and then voila, you could have had it reversible, right? The other one is round these corners a little bit. They're rounded. Let's zoom in. I'll show you. They're definitely rounded. You can see that, but they're still pretty sharp. Pretty sharp. I mean, it's not like it's chamfered. A little chamfering would be nice, because you can see the chamfering on here on the Misto. The Hogue knife right there. That's nice and chamfered. And back here, it's a little more rounded there than it is here. It's not bad. It's just, I don't know. It could be just maybe a touch more roundedness. That would be really, really comfortable. I would enjoy that. So T8s, bring the lanyard loop up. Have that a little, not as sharp, right? That would be a couple of really, really cool things that I think I would personally enjoy. That would make this knife a whole lot more comfortable. Now, I know this is part of the aesthetic, having this big old little curve here. It kind of follows the flow of the knife. The only problem with that is, right, it makes this lock bar a lot bigger. And so, but you don't have to worry about reverse flicking, right? Because this is just a flipper only. And some people don't care for reverse flicking. They don't care for that, so it doesn't matter. But I can put my finger on that lock bar and it doesn't lock in place, right? Still works pretty well. But if you did that, you could almost have, so you see where this is part of the blade? If that came up just a little bit higher, you could have it like a little reverse flick right there, or even thumb studs or something like that. That would be nice. I'm not a big fan of the front flipper, you know, that's fine. This right here, I know this fits that profile. It would be nice if it was a little more flush because it's kind of sharp on the edge in there, just a little bit, right? It's a little sharp there as well. And then this is a little sharp. All those little edges, they'll, after a while, will kind of get there, right? And I think that's the look he's going for, but it would be nice if you just followed the roundedness of that, you know, I don't know, maybe make that just a little bit smaller. Either way, it works okay, works okay. I don't hate this one at all, I really do not. The first Caladan, I was not a big fan because it wasn't a captive pivot, and it was like one screw on one side, not the other, and it wasn't a captive pivot. My understanding, this is a captive pivot, and if you guys who maybe own the version 2 can let me know that I'm wrong, let me know, please. But as far as I remember reading, it is a captive pivot. And I do remember that because I asked Jim himself on one of his posts when he first dropped this, and he said, yes, it was a captive pivot. So unless that's changed, that should be a captive pivot. So really, really cool, really cool. I love the action with the DLC. So here, let's do that again and drop that. Look at that. Just drops really nice. All right, so based on this, let's take a couple of like close-ups so you guys can take a look at the details of this. There's that beautiful DLC blade. Beautiful frag pattern right there is really nice. I like that a lot. And that milled kind of rotational radial little design on the pivot, which is nice. Then we go on the back side. You can see here's the titanium clip. The frag pattern out there. It's not super sharp. And we have the DLC pattern right there as well. I think that's really cool as well. All right. S90V blade steel, which is really cool. Great for edge retention. And let's zoom in just a little bit on the blade. So here's a blade with the DLC pattern. You can see if there's any sort of texture from the satin finish, you can see that through the DLC. Because the DLC is a process that doesn't paste anything on there. It's what is it? Diamond layered coating, and it's done through electrolysis or something like that, right? It's done through, and it makes those attached to the bonds molecularly, so it's not like a paint. It's just wherever they are, it keeps its shape. So pretty cool. All right, so let's look at the frag pattern with the milling there as well. That's pretty nice right there. Nice milling on there. Let's look at inside here. Nice lockup you can see, right, with the clip right there in the back. You can see the blade up here. Let's go to the other side. Let's look at it from the top. Here's the swedge, right? Here's the top. Frag pattern, you can see that as well. Okay. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so let me zoom out. We'll zoom, oh, sorry, going the wrong way. So let's zoom out. Here is the blade itself. I'll bring it in just a little bit closer. Get a nice view of that. Pretty cool little blade. Yeah, I like it. I think it's definitely going to appeal to a lot of people. A lot of people are going to enjoy this. I will tell you, the aesthetic is not quite my aesthetic. I know for some people they love that, and that's cool. And that's why I like checking things out like this. Here's the thing. Even when I check things out that aren't quite my aesthetic, I appreciate them. You know why? Because that design, that aesthetic can lead to another aesthetic. It's a combination of other things that ultimately becomes something I just absolutely love. I mean, I could see something being derived out of this aesthetic with merging with some other aesthetics. You know, the blade shape, I do dig that blade shape. That's really cool. I don't know what you call this. It looks like a drop point. I don't know if this is a true definition of a drop point. Is that what he called it? Does he say on here? Does it say? It doesn't say. It does say S90V handmade. So I don't know what that means, but very cool. Very cool. I do like that a lot. I think that's pretty neat. Yeah, you know. And then the handle, I like that. Just, you know, a little roundedness. I would love to see just, like I said, a little sharpness. Those corners taken away, that would really make this knife a banger of a knife. Just a small little finishing touches that really would go a long way, personally. So I don't hate this. Like I said, I rather like it. But it is outside of my wheelhouse. So, you know, we're stretching here a little bit. I'm stretching on artistic design. I'm stretching on knife design. But I'll tell you, it's got a lot of cool things. This is first impression. It's not a review. It's got beautiful action. That DLC on that blade with that drop is just beautiful. And that ease to get to the frame lock here and drop It's fantastic. If you're going to be a flipper, this is how you should do it, right? Really, really nice. It's got jimping all the way over there. Now, again, it's a little sharp right there, and I think that's intentional. Almost a little bit like my Herman, where it went up a little bit too much, but still works pretty well. So I can do a light switch, works really nicely. Let's see, can we do the push button? Yeah, we can do the push button. Let's try that again. Yeah. I mean, either way, it's sort of an in-between push button and a light switch. Light switch is when you go straight up and down, and then push button is when you push in. And so when I do this, I feel like I'm almost going a 45-degree angle. So it's like a little combination of both, right? Very cool, though. I like it. The action is really beautiful. That's probably the most outstanding thing for me on this knife. The flipping is just, the flipping's done really well. And the action and the drop, really, really, really well. I love a lot of things about this. Just a couple of small little things, you know. Now, for big, giant hands, maybe this doesn't matter and it's a perfect fit here. But for little smaller paws like me, like, you know, the other rest of the population, we don't all have giant, you know, Shaquille O'Neal hands like Jim does and other folks. There's a lot of us who don't have gargantuan hands. I have just a large hands, but meaty fingers. And lengthwise, my hands are about a medium. But widthwise, they're probably an extra large because they're meaty. So, you know, I can get a nice grip on here, and that's really cool. It is a cool little knife. I will say that much. Very cool. Again, this is one of these things, if the aesthetic really speaks to you, I think it'll jump out at you. I think it's a little bit to the right. I think it's off just a hair. It's not my knife. I can't really do much with it. And I don't want to mess with it because it's a loaner life that we're passing around through the Apex group. So I don't get to take it apart, check it out, or anything like that. I just get to experience it, which I'm really grateful for. It's a really nice little experience knife. I think it's pretty stinking cool. Yeah, very, very nice. Very nice. S90V blade steel works really, really well. Really cool. Hey, if you have any questions for me about the knife, the review coming up, let me know down in the comments below. If you have any questions for the channel, I'd love to hear from you. I do try to reply to all the comments. And also, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you also please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel. It really does. I just want to say that. It really does. It allows the channel to grow, produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. I mean, I don't know when you're watching this video, if this is really old when you watch it, but I'm about to hit 4K, 4,000 subscribers. I am blown away by that. Just truly humbled. We're getting really close. We're going to have a big 4K giveaway. If you've already watched this and I'm well past 4K, then well, this is probably in the past. And appreciate you watching it nonetheless. But yeah, that's what this channel means. You guys being a part of it and supporting it. I really appreciate you guys. And if you've already done all that, if you've liked, like you're one of the people who watches the videos, likes, subscribes, I thank you. Thank you very much. And then also maybe hit that notification button so you can be notified of future content like this video. And to all my channel members out there, a big, big, big thank you. I appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I know a lot of you guys jumped in early to really be channel members and support the channel. I am so grateful for you. It allows me to do the giveaways and do all sorts of things. And so when you become a channel member, if you've never gotten a sticker from me before, email me if you're already a channel member and you're watching this, or if you're becoming a new person and you're saying, hey, I'd like to become a channel member. Once you sign up, email me. Let me know, and I'll send you a sticker, my way to say thank you to you guys, okay? I also have exclusive content. We also have a once-a-month giveaway for our channel members. We're going to be doing a February one coming up. We just did the January one. So just a big thank you to you guys. I just want you to know I appreciate you. It's not, I don't do that to get more channel members. I do that to say thank you to all the channel members who are there already. I am very grateful for you guys. Really, I am. So thank you. Hey, if you haven't already, also maybe check me out over on Instagram at Robs. Let me see if I can get that straight. Yeah. Over on Instagram at Robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at Robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.